Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be going through PSLE 2024 question number 25. So I know we're playing a toy train. The toy train did not move in a straight line. Which of the statement best explain? So you need to imagine that yourself is playing this toy train. If you want the toy car to move or toy train to move in a straight line, right? Like the one in blue color, right? You exert a push force. Okay, push force that is directly aligned to the direction of the train. Okay, then it will move in a straight line. Okay, but what if the train did not move in a straight line? That means the train move here or move here, left or right. Okay, in this case, this will be left or right. Then in this case, the push force that you exerted on the carriage of the train must either be on the left side or right side. That's why the train will move either left or right. Okay, that means if you want the train to move not in a straight line, your push force should not be perfectly straight or should not be perfectly aligned with the train, which is indicated by the blue color. Okay, so in this case, you probably push it to the slightly to the side, or maybe it could be there's a hump over here that caused the train to move in another direction. So the force on the train right was not in the same direction as the way you wanted it to go straight. That's why the whole thing turned. Okay, so the best explanation is number one: the force on the train is not in the same direction as the straight line should be. That's why the train turned in other direction. Okay, so in this case, there could be other reason. Okay, it could be as I mentioned, there could be a uneven surface or a hump over here. So even though when you push it push it straightly, the train might have turned into other direction. Or there could be a very, very strong fan. Okay, you put a strong fan here. Okay, strong fan. Okay, so as you push it straight, the force, the pushing force of the fan cause it to turn in either direction. Okay, this could also be other reason that may occur in a real life scenario. Okay, so number one over here is the answer. Let's talk about what is not the answer. So the front of the train is heavier than the back of the train. Even if the front of the train is heavier than the back of the train, if you push it straight, the train will still go straight. Okay, if you can try it on your own, but that will be the observation that you will see. The train will still go in a straight line. Okay, so the uneven distribution weight of the train right will not cause the train to move left or right if you exert it in if you exert a force that is perfectly straight. Okay, so number two cannot be the answer. So the joint allowed the carriage. Yes, the joint does allow the carriage to turn left and right. Okay, but this only gives you the possibility. Okay, possibility for it to turn. Okay, but in order for the carriage to turn right, you still need to have a force that is coming up from the red color side. Okay, for the train to turn. So number three does not fully answer the question. Okay, so it may be very, very close, but it does not fully answer. So the joint only afford the possibility of turning, but an off direction force, which is the red color arrow over here, is what makes the train turns. Okay, if you don't have this off direction forces applied on the train will still go straight as it's supposed to be, even though there is joint. Okay, for number four, okay, there is friction at the wheels, right? Yes, there is friction, but this does not explain why the train did not move in a straight line. If you give it a if you give it a push that is perfectly straight, the train will just slow. The train will just come to a stop eventually due to the friction between the wheels and the floor. But the friction and the wheels and the floor, it does not change the direction of the train. Okay, in this case, so the answer is number one. Okay, this is a pretty tough question because you need to really go through each option very carefully, and the answer is number one, because the force on the train is not in the same direction. That's why the train will move either in left or right, or it turns as the forces is being act on a train. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much.